to the future where change create the way. Adrian and Danny, we're leading every day. Breaking the system, we flipping the script. Stacking our skills, now we never will quit. Web3 warriors, AI minds, NFT dreams, breaking through all the lies. Talking about freedom, building the base. Giving the power back, we setting the pace. Chain breakers, setting you free. Spin that wheel, build your legacy. Chain breakers, stack and believe. Changing the world, one dream, one seed. We love, trends on the rise, interviews fire, stars in their eyes, giveaways rolling, spin for the win. Support and stack and let the change begin. And Web3 is the movement, not just a trend. Freedom's the mission, till the very end. Generations rising, it's bigger than gold. We're breaking the chains, we're claiming the soul. Chain breakers, setting you free. Spin that wheel, build your legacy. Chain breakers, stack and believe. Changing the world, one dream, one seed. Beyond this life, beyond this fight, we're lighting the dark, we're claiming the night. Blockchain, AI, and dreams collide. Chain breakers rise, we're alive, alive. Chain breakers, setting you free. Spin that wheel, build your legacy. Chain breakers, stack and believe. Changing the world, one dream, one seed. We're chain breakers. Yeah, we're chain breakers.
From road something, from rogue to wolfie.
We rise together, skill stackers unite. I was just a kid with nothing, lost and broke on empty streets. But I found a fire, a way to aspire. Stack my skills and claim my beat. From the cold nights with empty dreams to building futures, living dreams. We changed the game, flipped the script. Now we're thriving, making history. We are the skill stackers, breaking free from being broke. We learned the game, we changed our fate. Now we never have to worry or wait. We are the skill stackers, climbing high and never poor. Stacking skills to pay the bills. We'll never be broke anymore. They said we'd always be stuck here, trapped in cycles of debt and pain. But we learned to hustle, built our muscle. Now we're the ones breaking the chains. The world said no, we made it, yes. Turned every failure into progress. Now we're thriving, we're surviving. Skill stacker army nevertheless. We are the skill stackers, from the bottom to the top. We built a life, beat every strife, and now we're never gonna stop. No one should live broke, no one should stay poor. We lift each other, grow and discover. This movement's more than just a dream, it's a legacy we'll leave behind unseen. We are the skill stackers.
Yo, what is going on?
Yo,
Welcome,
yo.
guys. What up, Danny? Hey, good
What's
morning.
up, Christian? Good to see you guys. It's going to be an awesome stream. We got our first guest on the show, Danny.
There we go.
Well, there we go.
Gary's in the house, Sleepy Squirrel.
That's right, Kev. Well, welcome to Chain Breakers, where we don't play by the rules and we sure as hell don't ask for permission. This is a show for the rebels, the builders, and the warriors of Web3, and we're tearing down the old systems, one skill, one project, one blockchain at a time. And we're building a new economy powered by freedom, AI, NFTs, and of course, skill stacker tokens. Every day we bring you real talk, the projects that we're betting on, the people who are actually making moves in the space, and the plays that can set you and your future free. Giveaways, skills, all of it. We're stacking it. This is the new frontier, and this is the Chain Breakers. What's going on? Christian, what's up, man?
Dude, doing good. Just living life. Out here in AZ. I let everyone know because I'm proud of it. I think AZ is a great state. Lived in a few, and yeah, I really like this one a lot. Right now, we just got a little bit of monsoon season, a little taste of it. It was real warm in the morning, almost like hot, honestly. And then in like around 1 p.m., it just starts raining, right? And then it just clears up and it's all like sunny again. Yeah, so it's not really like that today, but once around like July, it's like that every single day, and it's like thunderstorms, and they're more intense, and that's what I live for. That's like my weather.
Yeah, we had some crazy storms yesterday here in Texas, where I'm at the moment. I'm out here visiting for a conference, and yo, it's Christian. Gary said, yo, it's Christian. Yeah. Hey, we all know you from your PFP and all the rooms and spaces that you've hosted, and I want people to get to know you that don't know you. I know there's going to be a bunch of giraffes here that do. Got the house, but why don't you give us a little background, a little intro, who you are, and kind of your history in the space?
Yeah, definitely. Love it. For one, it is such a whirlwind, right? It really is like 24/7.
Yeah.
It really is like minute by minute. If you have to disengage at times, like you have to be able to balance your life. And when you do that, just knowing too is like you're missing stuff, right? Like you're missing plays, you're missing opportunities. Like just the other day, I was able to get into a coin. We're talking about just before, and $300 became $7,000, right? Like within hours.
That's wild.
So that sort of thing is like happening every single day. So my intro into crypto and all that, just like anyone else, you hear about the Bored Apes, right?
Yeah.
Gary Vee, all that kind of timeline stuff. But I never really got in until around November 2024. Okay. It was before that. It was actually more like August. Yeah, around August. And just put some money in, right? Yeah. Coinbase, Bitcoin, maybe some Solana or Sui or something else. And then just DCA'd in, got my little portfolio, rode the L1s and the Bitcoin sort of strategy, some other alts, and thankfully how everything worked out, around, I guess it was like February, discovered meme coins, and like really discovered meme coins, right? Like the X side of it, the spaces, the community, actually found like Web3 and fully ported everything into one meme coin, right? Yeah, and it was like
all in.
It wasn't like a ton, right? Like it's not like a lot of the other players out here. But it was 5 figures. It was low 5 figures, and all into one like meme coin.
Wow.
And that was actually with the member. That was with the member and the draft community. Joe, right? Yep. Joe was part of that, and that's how I met Joe. The coin ran. I never took profits, right? I was that believer, like it's going to Valhalla, like we're all in together, it's like family, and thankfully, again, you know, I didn't really see anything crazy, but I was able to not lose my whole portfolio, right? And like be able to transfer it out into like another asset. And I've been very blessed in that way, where it's like during this time frame, you know, like I got out around February or whenever it was, and my portfolio stayed secured. Well, if I would have kept it with like so many others, it's just been burning
100%.
this whole time,
100%.
you know? So yeah, that was kind of a journey of it. Just got introduced, Coinbase, found my way into Web3, and found my way into like where the real money's made.
That's freaking dope. What I noticed from you, just from an outsider's perspective, is you almost like, from my perspective, without the cliche term of a coal, but you kind of like started really positioning yourself almost right out of the gate as kind of a thought leader in the space, like hosting spaces and coordinating stuff with people. Like, what is it about your personality? Is that just kind of naturally how you are? Is you're kind of a community aggregator, or like, kind of give me a little understanding around that? Because I thought that was really, that's what stood out to me and why I messaged you about doing this interview.
Okay, yeah. A lot of this is like thinking off the top of my head, you know. Was not expecting a question like that. Yeah, I guess I do definitely bring people together in certain ways. And, you know, a lot of it too is like, it's stuff that any of us can do, right? It's like very basic thing. And one of the most basic is like just saying hello and like being like open to dialogue with like people, and then actually like getting to know them a bit, like asking where they're from, and then sending them out some coin, right? And then getting them into a group chat, and then saying hello, right? Like, this is like welcome dude, or welcome username. Let's fucking go. Like, this coin to $10 billion, right? And some people say hello, and then, you know, get them the information, get them going, and then they become like a part of the community. So it's even like that one-to-one, and just like being able to onboard people one-to-one is really worked very well for me. And also just like even being able to give out like a very small supply directly, because I'll give out like $5 normally if it's like onboarding someone, and most of the time people will be like, that's more like, this is too much, like this is too much money, you know, like normally they'll get like 50 cents or something, you know. Yeah. And even just depending on where they live in the world, you know, that really could mean something, $5. So what ends up happening too is like, even as coins have come and gone, I've had people follow me from coin to coin and being in different projects, and you know, already have a sort of shill base kind of going, and also a hodl sort of mentality. But big part of it too is just doing it, right? Like, there was a mention recently with like the one of the groups I'm in about like just a group chat, right? Like, it would be a good idea to have a group chat for something. So then it just like kind of wasn't happening. So then I just did it, right? Like, it's just pushing a few buttons, and it's like just making a thing, and then just giving it a little bit of life. And I don't even go in the group chat anymore, right? But it seems like it's going, you know. So you know, and there's a ton of different sort of things that I'm learning every day, of like more ways of getting engagement, or like in front of people, in front of the right people.
Well,
so
tell me. No, I think it did a pretty good job of answering the question. I think you going in there and onboarding people by actually giving people some crypto, I think, is a really smart play. I noticed, I think when you and I first connected, I think you were really pushing Rogers. It was like one of the big ones. I know you were big in the Gary community too, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But what was it about Rogers? Because I saw Rogers pop up, and I was like, I love Mr. Rogers. Like, this is a great idea. And I wish I thought about this.
Yeah. Really?
And kind of what has been the journey for that token for you, and like, where do you, is it even still going? Like, what, I haven't seen much of it at all.
Yeah, that's a really interesting story, to be honest. Very interesting story. The so I'll enter from like where I entered in. Um, the coin that I was with Joe
Mhm.
before that, there were different actors in there, right?
Got
There's
it.
different people, um, and one of them, um, who ended up being, we don't need to talk about
Yeah.
people in any sort of light, but he actually
Mhm.
DM'd me about Roger, and it was pre-bonding, and Rogers did the dev Fred for Rogers. He did a space like that night, and it was just him being
Yep.
him, right? Like super off the wall crazy, just really
Yep.
cool, really fun, and um, he loved it. So he sent it over to me. Made the call on his ex. I bought on a little. I made the first Rogers meme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I didn't
Mhm.
buy in much because I was like still like I don't like who
Yeah.
knows what's going on here, and apparently he was with the UFO community and they call themselves UFO Twitter. So I got in to like their group chat, went into some of their spaces, um, went on stage, talked with them like, hey, what's going on? Like, who are you?
Mhm.
You know, like what? Like, who's the dev? Like, is this all like who? How do you know each other? And um, the dev Fred had been in that community for like around
Oh,
3 years, and there are people that have been in there longer. There's people who've been there shorter. Um, all sorts of different voices. Some of them have
yeah.
tons of following, but it's a whole community, right? And there's
Yeah.
tons of people in there. So, excuse me. So I was like,
Mhm.
sweet. They're just everyone's discovering new things. People in Web 2 are
That's right.
discovering Web 3. They just launched a coin randomly. They're all friends, all family. And Mr. Rogers, they're making memes. I was like, he had majority supply, which was like, I thought it was 70% at
Yeah.
the time when I bought in. And I was like, well, I mean, if really is how it is, where everyone, this is like people who are
Yeah.
looking out for each other and they're not corrupted
Yep.
by Web 3 and like the trenches and all this stuff, then I feel safe putting my
Mhm.
investment on there. So I bought in on
Got
top
it.
of Rogers, and I try to buy in actually a lot of supply. I try to
Got
get a
it.
lot of supply, specifically because then I could box out
Yep.
more whales, right? And keep it even safer, right? So then it was like the chances of rugging were even less because you have to go through like
That's right.
multiple, and everything's going great. Locked a bunch, drove the charts up with those
Yeah.
specifically. Actually, um, if you look at like certain
Yeah.
posts that I do, like through the timeline to like certain charts, you can see
Oh,
like
that's
momentum
cool.
and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and the so then everything's moving. We're at like we hit 3 mil
Wow.
market cap, came down a bit, and then they set up
Oh, okay.
liquidity pools, right? And they set up to like multiple coins. One of them was like retard finder coin.
That's
One
hilarious.
of them was
Yeah.
goat, which is Gulf
Okay.
of America, and there was like another one that I just forget. So what happened is they like set them up wrong, like they just did it wrong, and they were sucking liquidity out of Rogers and brought it down from like
Yeah.
2.7 to like 2
Okay.
or something, like 1.8 or something. Like it would basically like
Yeah.
almost halved it. So when people started buying back up the chart, and then also these other charts just pumped, right, like to
Yeah.
ridiculous market caps. So like goat, it was like I don't know, like
Uh-huh.
$500 in there, and then it turned into 80
Whoa.
grand. That, yeah. And so then everyone's stressed out because the Rogers chart just got like,
Yeah.
right, and I like nothing was happening on the goat chart. Like there was some sells going on, right, but it
Yeah.
was staying up there. I was like, okay, I haven't really taken my profits out. Like or like, you know, my investment
there?
really like recouped it. The Rogers chart's fucked right now. Like I'm actually really wanting to like take from the Rogers chart because like, you know, investor sort of confidence is at an all-time low. And so I was like, well, I'll take it out of a goat chart. And then when I did that, it triggered a bunch of auto sales, and it just nuked it. It just nuked it. Like it was done. So then everyone was like freaking out even more, right? And then Rogers got rugged, right? So then everyone's like, well, what? Like, you know, just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like some days in between, but it was still like, you know, like a month of like getting up to this point, and then the 3 days or like 5 days, it's over. What ended up happening, right? Because there was a thorough investigation, and I was actually aware of this as well before, but I didn't. You just never know. I only know what I know, right? But yeah, Fred was flying the chart the whole time. He was sucking liquidity out of it, right? So like there wasn't even like no one could even like take out the amount that like everyone was seeing. And he was doing rugs, right? Like while Rogers was running, and then after Rogers was running. And it turns out that one of the wallets that Rogers or Fred, I keep saying it was Fred, was using to buy in to Rogers and also into GOAT, because he's helped out of GOAT, is a wallet that's been tied. It has like almost $1 million in there, and over the past like 4 or 5 years or something, it's been tied to like a bunch of different people.
No way. I mean, that's surprising.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and like looking back and like seeing some, it's just it's a crazy world.
Especially when you talk about crypto world, man. I mean, this shit's. I was wondering because you guys made so much noise under Rogers, like it was like from nothing, from silence to all of a sudden like this loud Rogers movement, and I was like, okay, I like this. This is cool. I didn't buy in, and I don't know why I didn't buy in. I'm not sure. There wasn't really a specific reason. I think it was just I didn't have the conviction that I have for Gary, and for, you know, it's probably what it was. It was just I have my own coin, you know what I mean, and I'm convicted of my own coin.
Yeah.
And we could talk about convictions, but I just decided to double down on my own stuff, and I've been putting, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars into my own stuff. So that's an interesting story. So what would you say is your biggest takeaway from all that? The lesson, or the, you know, there's always a lesson and an opportunity and everything like that.
Man, you know, I'd like to say take profits, but I'm still not gonna take your profits.
Yeah.
That's something I really need to work on, is like taking profits, man. Like I'm always like I can retain, right? But it's like I'll get out by like a little bit more than I came in with, you know. Never realize that full potential. You know,
what are your thoughts, Danny? Did you follow this at all, Danny?
I would say
I wasn't in on Rogers. I did see him posting a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I was sitting here looking at the day gods chart. Looks like people are just pumping the floor up. But yeah, I ran into a ton of devs that are doing the same thing over and over. They'll make I even got added to a Telegram chat where they make a token every day, drop the contract, they pump it, and then they rug it.
Yep.
Every day.
I saw the same thing. Yep, I saw the exact same thing, and it's crazy because there was a guy who had like 96,000 followers on X, and I watched him literally launch 5 coins in under an hour. And
yeah, I mean, it takes nothing to do it.
It takes nothing to do it. He launched 5 coins, and then there was another guy that was promoting. He's like, "We launch a new coin every Thursday live on stream," and I'm like, "What in the hell?" Like,
yeah, and they pump it, they sell on the way up, and then just leave everybody holding their bags.
That's crazy, man. That's
absolutely. I mean, especially if you launch on Pump Fund, you can buy before you even launch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said. That's why I think I'm grateful that I'm so convicted for Gary and Gary Coin and what I'm doing on our project. Because I mean, I've only gained with Gary. I literally have not lost a dime. And even with the raffle, like I put a raffle up on Raffle Decks, and I think it didn't even sell out. Like I'm looking at it here, 84% progress on it before it closed out. So it was still like almost $100, you know, USD. And Bearded was the one that won, which was awesome because it was $52 worth of Gary coin. So that was cool to see him actually take the win on that.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. If you have a lot more giraffes buying into the raffles, and we're like majority of the tickets for each of the raffles,
That's true.
like even in a house.
yeah, it's just God's Hates NFT guys and Giraffe. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other people entering into that.
Not
Two
at all.
communities running the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was funny to watch Gary go in there on a stream and do the QVC style pitch that he did. And I had some people messaging me in my DMs like, dude, who is this Gary guy? He turned into a QVC guy. He's like a pitch man. And I'm like, Gary would be the perfect pitch man. Like he could be the new Sham Wow guy. And he just moves. Like when he speaks, like he just speaks so much value. He has so much knowledge after doing this for 4 years, and he brings so much value to the conversation that he can move NFTs, he can move the chart. It's pretty amazing to watch.
It's insane. Like I've been learning so much just like watching Gary and like the things that he's been running, you know, to like, because I mean, it really is true. I mean, the value of the drafts is like everything that he's building, you know, and then on top of that, there's all these like marketing things that he's running to push on, and it's just so much alpha, right?
That's so much alpha, dude.
If they allow him 15,000 tickets, he's going to take on an undertaking for a stacker agent.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Well, let me see here. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about. There's some kind of news stories I'm curious to hear. Let's see here for day 4. So MetaPlanet. Have either one of you guys heard of MetaPlanet?
Uh-uh.
I hadn't either. MetaPlanet is going all in on Bitcoin and coming to America. So MetaPlanet is a Japanese firm with a laser focus on buying Bitcoin. They just announced they're launching a U.S. subsidiary in Florida and planning to raise $250 million to supercharge their Bitcoin accumulation strategy. MetaPlanet's a Japanese version of MicroStrategy, aka the biggest corporate Bitcoin whale in the world. Their mission: stack as much Bitcoin as possible and ride the long-term value wave. That's hilarious. As of now, they hold 5,000 Bitcoin worth nearly $475 million, and they're up 184% from the beginning of the year when they had just 762. Why Florida? Florida is becoming the Wall Street of crypto. That's interesting. I haven't heard this before. Especially for pro-Bitcoin companies. The state recently passed a bill to allow the Treasury to invest into Bitcoin, and politicians are now openly backed by crypto PACs. Florida even holds MicroStrategy, aka Strategy stock, in its retirement fund. So they chose Miami as their headquarters. Let's see here. MetaPlanet is going global. So they're, Japanese company going global. It's a big deal. They're planning on a $250 million BTC raise and to buy more Bitcoin, and they're going to ride the wave. So like you think about MicroStrategy now this MetaPlanet, like how many more companies that like this are going to come in and make this become whales with only a supply of 21 million coins like that? There's only so many tokens in supply. Like there can't be, like this price is going to be insane. Oh, here we go. Now we got Gary in here. I love to move energy. It's fun. Yes, Danny, waiting to hear back. 15K at 0.01 SOL. That's 150 SOL for a 23K raffle. That's freaking nuts, dude. So that was an interesting story. I thought I hadn't heard of them. So now I know them. So it'll be interesting to see who's next. And that was really the biggest story. There was one thing I saw about Bitcoin volatility is the lowest that it's been in 563 days. And Hayes, I don't know Arthur Hayes, forecasts that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million by 2028.
Yeah, I've seen that everywhere.
I've been seeing that. It's crazy. So that's an interesting way to end the April and start May. It's if you look at, I'm looking at here on this chart, there's a rank from 1 to 10 of largest assets globally by market caps. You have gold, which is a $22 billion market cap. No, sorry, is that trillion?
Trillion.
Trillion, yes, $22 trillion market cap. Apple is a $3 trillion. Microsoft's 2.9, Nvidia's 2.6, Amazon's 1.9, Alphabet's 1.9, and then Bitcoin is literally the next thing on the list at 1.8 trillion, dude. It's absolutely insane. Beating silver. Silver is number 8. And then you have Saudi Aramco and then the Meta platform at 1.3 trillion. It's absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah, but it's moving up.
It is. It really
It
is.
won't be long. It's going to jump over Google and Amazon.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is wild, man.
Yeah, it's been moving a bunch. Just even, I mean, over the last like few weeks, even. What are your thoughts on the market in general? Do you see us just going up and up and up and up? Is this like the start of the bull run, or are we still on a bear track?
I think we're seeing early stages of the bull run. Yeah, I really do. I think it's still going to be, a month or two before people have before gas prices and egg, before there's enough cool off of all the inflation that we've experienced and the stocks start to turn around. And it was interesting to see this Bitcoin and the stock market kind of decoupling from each other, whatever that was a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what announcements come over the next few weeks, what big partnerships. I mean, I know XRP has been kind of like a top headline in the crypto news lately. I've been watching that pretty heavily to see what's gonna take place on that. But yeah, I mean, I think by the end of the year we're gonna be like peak bull run, and that's my opinion.
Yeah. I honestly wasn't expecting it to turn around quite so soon yet.
Yeah, it was really fast. It was a fast turnaround. It was a rough, I think 30, 45 days there, but it definitely turned around pretty quick.
Well, people were just scared of tariffs.
Yeah, it's true.
Now that most of that is, they were just selling because they were worried about tariffs, which they should have been just buying and just kept on pushing it. But,
Yeah,
it is what it is. It's manipulated.
totally.
They're trying to keep it down.
That's crazy manipulation.
According to what Trump said, he's going to take a certain percentage of the tariff money and buy Bitcoin with it.
Oh shit. That's a really freaking smart move.
So
that's crazy. So I'm curious, Christian, are there any other projects, since you see so many more, like you're in all these different spaces and building your reputation and brand? Like I know you're like over 2,000 followers already and stuff. Like what do you see besides Gary? What are some good projects that you see some potential? Not necessarily saying we should buy them, but what do you see that's got some good legs? You're like, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to follow this.
Yeah. There's coins and there's NFTs, right?
Yeah.
And they could a coin and a NFT collection, right? Kind of like they can run in tandem.
Yeah.
But I've been getting more into NFTs recently.
Same.
And that's kind of like, because also it's like I don't know, like after getting into Rogers and like that whole debacle, I was a lot more just like hesitant of coins. And I was also seeing NFTs as a valuable thing for giveaways, because people will actually like engage with you, even if you're doing a giveaway on an NFT that's like not a project that's not super alive really, and it's less than $10 for like the floor. People will still hop in, and I'm doing something special with that. I'll actually say this is like, I do have my own NFT collection, the End Hoods. Worked with that with Badass Pengu.
Okay.
It's definitely around the edges, but that's what you do with it, right? It's what you make with it. And I'm actually planning some pretty fun things with this collection. Because I'll just say what it is. There's probably not going to be a lot of utility right behind it at first. They'll come later on. But what I'm going to be doing, this is where I say it's like more fun than anything, is building collections on top of it. So then there's only 555 supply for End Hoods. So this next collection will have 444. The next one will have 333, right? 222, 111. And then the way to actually access is to burn. right? So you have to burn the end hoods to then get the second tier,
Got it.
right? Now I'll have to work out like the math on everything, how best it would work, but each one would have like a different art style. I'm thinking of even like collaborating with different NFT artists and just making something really cool and like unique in that way. It's different. So that's a fun one. I was also really going into NFTs because they're way more tribal, and it's if you can get yourself part of that tribe, then it's like you have access to all more information and also influence, where like you can move their eyes. So one that I'm really bullish on, I've actually been buying quite a few of their NFTs, is Doodlegenics. They're Ethereum. But the dude there, the dev of it, is like super plugged in, and he's just the man. And so once I saw like him on his spaces and saw like the artwork, I was like, oh yeah, I could totally rock with this, you know. Millardio, that was the first NFT that I saw that I was like, whoa, this is like really cool. They're a whole super interesting group of people. Love them to death, and they're like they're just really smart too and like funny, but like in a much more like mysterious way even, you know, which fits the NFT collection. Those are the main ones to shout out. As far as coins, I can like DM you this stuff. But to be honest, like most of the time when I trade coins, like I may throw like 10 to like maybe even like $50. That's something that I'm pretty like not so sure on. But for the most part, when I'm like buying into coins, I'm getting them at like really low market caps, or like even like pre-bonding. And then I kind of like will whale in, or I'll find a community or a coin. So like a coin in a community that has tapered out, and it's like already run, and it's like on the bottom, it's on the fritz, and then I'll buy in, right? But the community is already there. So that's actually something that I did with Flame. So that's actually one I can drop. I think Flame is bullish. Yeah, I bought into Flame, locked a whole bunch, like all the supply basically that I got. And that unlock is January 1st or January 8th or something like that. So planning on doing like a huge airdrop, promoting the hell out of it, doing a big burn, seeing if we can give that thing some like extra lift, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I guess those would be my shout outs.
What about you, Danny? I know Lunar Dolls is a big one for you.
Yeah, as far as NFTs, Lunar Dolls, Solana Heroes, Stonefloss, they're all rev share projects. So you can make money off of it monthly. Lunar Dolls, I was one of the top holders. I had 250 or so of their NFTs. I was probably making anywhere from $500 to $600 a month in LDD rewards.
Wow.
And then also we get airdrops for the LP dolls is a tiered system, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're tier 4, if you have them locked up for 6 months, 12 months, whatever, you get airdrop from the rev share of the platform, his whitelist platform, which is the Lunar Loops and the adventure platform. Now he's got scratch cards. So if you like scratching lottery tickets, there you go. Do it on your phone.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So, he's got pretty big prizes in some of this stuff. Somebody won 2 soul the other day, half a soul, 1 soul.
Well, that's dope.
As far as tokens, I'm in just a couple. I'm in Gotti. I'm in Gary. I really got away from a lot of the meme tokens. I got tired of chasing it. I'll get in and trade. I'll just swing trade and take money out, but that's all I'm doing with it. I'm not joining any more communities.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm wondering. That's because I was wondering that is where my kind of head's been going over the last few weeks. Is there's only so many people in this Web 2, I'm sorry, Web 3 world, it's like how many communities can you possibly join and rally behind before it's like we're all dealing with the same people,
Well, it's like Gary said, you just spread yourself too thin and you're not going to make money if you just have a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there.
That's true.
So
that's very true.
And then I had some in real life stuff, so I'm selling a ton of my NFTs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I'll just have some Gary and some Gary and Gary and
Honestly,
Stacker.
I'm like, where's the love, bro?
Yeah. Got some Stacker.
There we go.
Gary's like my that's my foundation. Yep. That's like the safest freaking thing there is, and that's the thing with any of these projects or like the NFTs you're mentioning. It's like the dev,
right?
It's
gotta buy the dev
for sure.
Always buy the dev.
The dev.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's very true. Well, this is going to be an interesting year for Gary holders. I mean, I think from what I'm hearing, we're 30 days out. I mean, we're a very short period out before the giraffe. Giraffe tree, not the tree, but the giraffe tree, but the actual stacker agent is actually out in full effect, and people are, this probably the stacker agents are going to get obviously access to it. The stacker giraffes that we have are going to get access to it before us, but this is going to be really interesting to see how this next 30, 45 days, 60 days, however long it takes to get it into the hands of all the other giraffe holders. This is going to be a wild ride, I think.
It's going to be a crypto summer.
A crypto summer, right at the as things are ramping up and the bull run is happening and all that. Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting. Well, we got like about just under 20 minutes left. I would love to, let me see here. I would love to do some giveaways. Danny, do you think, are we set up to, there's only like 10 people, so are
it's only 10 people.
Yeah. Hit the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Most of them are all meme militia holders.
Perfect. Yeah. So yesterday, I'll do a quick recap on that for people that we spun for yesterday. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people yesterday. And I already sent everybody their tokens that won. I can post a picture of it if it's needed, but there was one meme militia NFT I haven't sent yet. So 9SI14. I don't remember who that is off the top of my head.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
Uh-uh.
That's hilarious, dude. He doesn't need it.
That's either bearded or dunk. I don't remember.
Yeah, 9SI14. I know that wallet too. Oh, that's freaking that's freaking bearded.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's either bearded or dunk. I couldn't remember.
Doesn't need it. He said that was so funny. Yeah. I gotta. What I'll do here is I'll say instead of me sending him a Me Militia NFT, I'll have to have. Well, instead of me sending him one, he'll have to send us one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's hilarious. We'll add it back to the wheel like he always does anyway. So let's jump to the new ones then. They're probably all the same people. So let me just turn the page here.
It is.
I'll share the wheel. Let's see here. Let's see. Come on, screen share. Here we go. I got the wheels. There we go. And let me make sure that the view with all of our faces. Here we go. Let me see this one maybe. Looks like shit. Let's see. There we go. That's better. All right. So we still have Meme Militia on the board. I have a million stacker on here for those that are watching. I just want to say what's up to some people. We got Marvin on here. Got Jeff, Gary. Look at that. Let's go. Bearded. Yes, exactly. 9SI14. So let's go ahead and spin this thing. Who's up first?
Hold on. Let me get back.
Okay.
You bought 0.3, so that'd be 3ERNY.
3ERNY. Cool. Let's go. Let me spin it.
And I don't see anything in that wallet, so.
And I think that they have a soldier, so they'll get 2 spins. I'm positive they have a soldier. For some reason, it's weird it's not showing up for you, but I know they have a soldier for sure.
I'm on Magic Eden.
That's weird. 1K.
So no collections.
It's so weird because I sent them a soldier, and when I looked yesterday, in fact, I can just go to yesterday. Hold on.
Yeah. You did. I don't. It just not coming up for me.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You need to start aggravating Magic Eden and get it qualified or verified or whatever you
Verified.
want to call
That's the thing. Well, there we go. First 1,000 for 3ERNY. I'm going to do one more spin for them. All right. Let's see here. 1,000 again.
Thank you.
There we
Thank
go. I love it. Okay. Let's see.
it. 9SI14 is the next one.
Oh, look at that. 1, 4. Always depend on him. Okay. And then he gets 5 spins.
Yeah, he's got a queen.
Yep. All right.
Somebody better scoop that king off the floor. It's only 6 soul.
Somebody needs to grab that freaking king. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let me spin this thing. First spin for Mr. Bearded Bong Man. Okay, NGMI. All right, next one. Nope. NGMI. Okay. Next one.
You know what I don't see? I don't see Christian's wallet on there.
I know, huh? Do you have a meat militia, Christian?
I do.
Nice. Oh, look at that. Jesse got another meat militia. What the heck? Okay, and the last one. 10K. There we go. Nice. Go. All right, who do we got next?
That was you. 4U9JG.
4U9JG. Okay. And
I think they got a commander.
Oh, let me look. Yeah,
I know they have a soldier.
4U9JG. 4U9JG. Uh-huh. They have 2. They get 2 spins. They have a soldier.
Yeah, they have a soldier.
Yeah, so they won 10K. Okay, so 1, 2. All right, let's go over to that wheel. Let's see here. $10K. Nice. There we go. Somebody's gonna win that million today, I think. NGMI. All right. Who's next?
GRAZC. Just one spin.
GRAZC. Cool. Let's go. NGMI. Okay.
Now you got CG5E1.
CG5E1.
They have a commander.
CG5E1. Okay, so they with the cape?
Yep.
So they get 3 spins then. Wait, is that technically 4? Yeah, 4, because that's right below the queen. So they get 4 on top of their initial buy. Okay, so let's see. Let's go. NGMI. Okay. NGMI. No. NGMI. 10K. There we go. I love it. And $1K. Nice. There we go. That's 11K for them right there. That's dope.
That's it. You got 3 WWWF.
3 WWF. All right. And they did, what did they do yesterday? I just look at my sheet from yesterday. They had 2.
This is another one that don't show up for me.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. So let me spin twice for you. And GMI. Okay. And GMI. Okay.
8YDEY.
8. Oh, yeah. Okay. 8YDEY. Okay. And
I don't know what they have. You said that they have a soldier or something.
yeah, they get 3 spins. So I think they have a knight.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's see here. So we'll go spin 3 times for them. Getting close to it, though. We're already more than halfway there. 10K. There. 2 more. Oh, right past that 1 million. And GMI. See if we get it on this one. I'm going to give that million away today.
That's all right. You can give it away on the next one.
That's right. That's hilarious. I know what the next one is then. All right. What's the next one? Is it 7?
The next wallet is 12AXE.
Oh yeah, 12AXE. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this one before.
Yeah. They hold a king, queen, few knights, few commanders,
3,
some
4.
soldiers.
Okay, so they get 5 spins. Oh yeah, this is looking like they might come out like a bandit on this one. Let's see.
In GMI 5 times.
We got to get Christian on. Should we give Christian a spin on the wheel just for being a guest?
Yeah, I guess he can have a spin.
I think we should. Okay. And if he's got a meme,
That's my first time on this.
There you go. 10K. The first one was NGMI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. 10K. Let's see what this next one is. I'll keep the million on there. If you win this one, I'll keep it on there. 10K. Okay. Next. Oh, NGMI.
Almost there.
It's gonna be a big one. Watch. It's gonna be a big one. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Not your lucky day today, bro.
Yeah. And
I mean,
I'm
you
used
still
to
got 20K, and 20K is freaking so good. Okay, who's next?
that's it.
That's it? Okay, so
That's
now
it.
it's Christian. All right.
Watching that wheel spin is like mesmerizing.
Is it?
It really is.
That's hilarious. Okay, here we go. Watch him win the million. I'm gonna put Christian up here. I'm gonna give you 2 spins because you have a meme. But look at that! You got another meme militia.
Yeah.
I love it. That's looking right. Still one. I'm gonna give you one more because you had a meme militia. I'm gonna go one more time. You have a soldier. Or what do you have?
A soldier.
Cool. And 10K. There we go. Not a
Oh,
bad.
it's in there.
There you go.
Okay.
That's right. That's freaking awesome. That's a good way to close it out. I love that. Got a meme militia and 10K. I'll send you a knight. Since you already have a soldier, I'll send you a knight now. Start to upgrade the ranks.
Yeah, man. Get my little army going.
To get your army going. I freaking love it. I love it. Well, we're closing it up. We can probably close it a couple minutes early. I'm missing my conference. My buddy Nate says, "What is this?" This is a daily live stream, Nate. Web3. It's a Web3 stream talking about Skill Stacker, Gary Coin, Giraffe Tower NFTs, Meme Militia NFTs. We're just talking about crypto news. It's been really fun having you here, Christian.
Yeah, absolutely. Good time to buy. Great time to buy.
Thanks for
Every
sharing.
day is a good day to buy.
That's right. Every day is a good day. Thanks for sharing your Roger story. I know some of that stuff can be uncomfortable, but
yeah, definitely.
Take the L's and turn them into W's, as one of my songs says.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate the bringing me on to your show here.
Yeah, it's fun. We're gonna be doing this every day, Monday through Friday. So check it out. And if you want to get on the wheel again, what's the buy minimum?
I mean, at least 0.01.
Cool.
I would prefer it to be 0.05. That's what I'm buying.
Yeah, I think 0.01 is fair. It's the lowest thing on the lowest buy that you can pretty much do on the thing. So
cost you $1 to get on the wheel.
Exactly.
Okay, tight.
Sweet. All right.
But then when we start burning this supply,
that's right. We're burning down.
Things might happen.
Yeah, with some big bags that we have right now. You got a big bag, and Bearded's got a big bag, and some of us, I'll have to tune in sooner. I only caught the last few minutes. Well, you can go back and watch the replay. If you guys are watching this live or replay, definitely let us know. Drop down in the comments how you're watching this. I'm streaming this on Facebook, on YouTube, and on X. So we're going across 3 platforms. And I got a pretty big audience on YouTube. They're just not Web3 people yet. They just don't know it. They will be.
Oh, you'll love it. Come on in. Ours warm.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll wrap this up just a couple minutes early. If you guys need anything from me or from Danny, holler at us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want to be a guest on the show, let us know. Send us a DM. We're going to get Bearded on here and a few other peeps. I'd love to have Nate. Nate, actually, you're on my plans for having you on the show as well. He's been in the space for a long time, probably just as long as you, Danny, if not maybe even a little bit longer. So he's been a part of some really huge projects.
Yes, I'm going on 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah, that's about right. That's freaking dope. So, Meat Man, thank you so much. Dawn, thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing day, and God bless. Keep looking up.
They told me learn the rules, but I broke the mold. Flipping the script while the story's cold. Education system's got a crack in the frame. We stacking skills they can't even name. STKR breaking the chains. Wade Bree riding in our veins. Freedom's a hustle, we built from the ground. Stacking the skills, now the future's unbound. No textbook here, just codes we weave. Entrepreneur dreams that make you believe. Waves of the west with a whistle in the air. Calling out rebels who don't play fair. STKR breaking the chains. Wade Bree riding in our veins. Freedom's a hustle, we built from the ground. Stacking the skills, now the future's unbound. No textbook here, just codes we weave. Entrepreneur dreams that make you believe. Waves of the west with a whistle in the air. Calling out rebels who don't play fair. STKR breaking the chains. Wade Bree riding in our veins. Freedom's a hustle, we built from the ground. Stacking the skills, now the future's unbound. Degrees can't teach what our grind's about. The system's old, we found the route. Web breed power, we kick in the door. Rebels unite, time to even the score. STKR breaking the chains. Wade Bree riding in our veins. Freedom's a hustle, we built from the ground. Stacking the skills, now the future's unbound.